How much did you make in a month from your clients?
Per month.
That's an average?
Yeah.
90% of women give up on their business because they're following the masculine way to business.
I dressed like a man. I spoke like a man. I was a man.
We lock ourselves in a dark room, eat takeout chicken every day, and just work. But for women, the masculine way leads us to burnout.
I was always in hustling mode, chasing to-dos, work 24 hours. And one day I stood in my office and looked down and thought, oh God, I am a man. I lost my femininity. And
Why do you think that was?
the 9 to 5. You said women and men are not the same. We have a different hormone cycle.
The feminine way to business. What is the first thing that you said, I want to work on?
I'm working night and day, posting 3 reels a day, doing everything and nothing, really nothing is happening. I was sitting there and raised my hands.
Yes.
I just started to cry and say, I can't anymore. I was literally in front of the ruins of my life.
2 weeks later, she hit 2.5K in her business and got 2 keynote speaking gigs.
It was mind-blowing.
Tell everyone what happened.
We saw I have the same reels with views on Instagram like 600 and on a million views. And you told me, Belkisa, you have to leave Instagram. Is your platform.
Stop chasing and start attracting. Because if you want to attract your clients, you need to be where they are, right?
And really, my whole life is changing. It's crazy. I have 2 little kids. I have time to be mom and I have time to be a career woman. This is priceless.
There's only 1% of women watching this right now who are going to apply this, but the one that are, they're going to be successful.
The biggest lesson for me then was
90% of women give up on their business because they're following the masculine way to business. We're trying to prove ourselves, always be confident. Confidence means shaking hands. If we want to be disciplined, we lock ourselves in a dark room, eat takeout chicken every day, and just work. But for women, the masculine way leads us to burnout. And similarly, in Belkisa's case, Belkisa came to one of our workshops in tears, breaking down, saying, I don't know what to do anymore. Nothing is working. 2 weeks later, she hit 2.5K in her business and got 2 keynote speaking gigs. Now, today she's going to share with us what has been the biggest difference from that moment where she came to the call in tears to where she's now, way beyond the 2.5K, by the way. Welcome, Belkisa.
hi, nice to see you.
How are you doing? It's your first time in Dubai. Welcome.
Yeah, and I love it.
Yeah. Everyone just falls in love with the place, and I'm so excited because I love to brainwash everyone to come here.
Yeah,
You're originally
I
from
understand
Germany.
that.
You're from Germany like myself, and you live in a village, correct?
In a really small village. So
Tell
I
us
need
a
to
little-
leave Germany immediately.
Definitely. And 2 kids, so
Yeah.
they need to not know how it is to
To be cold and freezing in Germany.
Yes. But I think the biggest point for me now today is I'm so happy for you to be here and to tell us a little bit more about your journey. We also have a little bit of time to just, go through where your business is now because we haven't talked in a while. So give everyone an overview of what has been your background before you even got to know me. What have you done the last 15 years?
Yeah, I was about 20 years in an industry, so the only female leader in a man-dominated field.
Mm-hmm.
So you need to know that I was literally a man. I dressed like a man, so
You can't even imagine this now with your, with your red lipstick.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, I was wearing suits and man slippers.
Wow.
And I thought like a man. I felt like a man. I spoke like a man. I was a man. And one day I stood in my office and looked down and thought, oh God, I am a man. I lost my femininity at all.
Yeah.
And
Why do you think that was? Why did you get to that place in the first place?
because I recognize or realize really early in my life that men told me women are not supposed to be a career woman. Women need to stay at home,
Yeah.
to become mother and tread wives. Oh my gosh. Yeah. So they told me you're not meant to be here to be successful.
And what industry did you get into? What did you do?
Metal industry.
Okay, metal.
Metal.
Metal manufacturing?
Yeah.
Okay, well, yeah.
Okay. So
Very masculine.
98% are men, were men there. So it is really, really man-dominated field.
Yeah.
And I started to write a diary. I wrote down like how is the behavior of men and women.
Why did you do that?
I found out that women and men have 2 different ways to communicate, 2 different ways of behavior.
Yeah.
And it was quite interesting for me. So I analyzed it and I studied it. So So I studied all the men, how are they, so they have a other way to show strength,
Yes.
to talk, to show their standing.
The authority.
Yeah, there's authority, right? And women are some kind of shy, and I don't want to disturb. I don't want to be like loud, and I don't know. And I started to write a diary, so to analyze it. But I analyzed it, and it became it. So I started to analyze, and then a short time later, I was the first female leader in this man-dominated field. But then I came to this point when I stood in my office and looked down and said, okay, I just become a man. I lost all my femininity. I'm not a woman at all.
How did it affect your life?
I was always in hustling mode. Chasing, hustling, to-dos, work 24 hours. I was always working 24 hours. And when I was at home and have some rest, I checked my mails, I've done some presentations. I always needed to work something.
Yeah.
It was very crazy.
Yeah.
Really.
Plus you have your kids on top
Yeah,
of that.
I have 2 kids, and I was always like, I wasn't happy. I was always like under pressure, you know?
Yeah.
And I have this huge pressure on my breast here. I don't know if you know what I mean, but it's like something was sitting here, and I have to breathe, but I can't. So this is the feeling I had many years. And then I was in this workshop.
Yeah. So first of all, you joined. You got
Yeah.
How did you get to know me in the first place?
I don't know. I saw your reels on Instagram. And I didn't realize that I was so far away of my femininity. And you said something like, okay, how you can start attracting and stop chasing. And I was like, huh? I need to hear that.
Yes.
Okay. So it was my biggest pain point, and you showed me.
Yes.
So
Because it is for a lot of women. I think we all
Yeah.
get into this rat race of we prove ourselves, and then we need to keep proving ourselves to feel worthy, and we need to chase clients. That was a big, the butterfly story that
Yeah.
changed my life. The idea of stop chasing and start attracting. And I didn't understand that is the feminine way to do things.
Yeah.
Until I did it, and I felt so good. I felt like myself again.
Yeah.
So that's a huge, especially if you are ambitious. I feel like we have a lot of people out there showing how, this is how you have to just be disciplined and ambitious, and you have to be in your masculine energy to be successful in business.
Yeah.
And I just don't believe that, especially because we women, we don't want to dread every second of our business in order to be successful. So you were at that point where you said, I became what I wrote down. By the way, it's a good lesson for everyone that you only should write down things that you want in your life.
Yeah.
You're actually 30% more likely to achieve something if you write it down. So you achieved becoming a man.
Becoming a man.
Now you needed to reverse it. What is the first thing that you said, I want to work on now that I know attract versus chase?
The hardest thing for me was to let it go, to trust the process. And I remember that day that I spoke a voice message on WhatsApp for you.
Yes.
Sina, the biggest lesson for me was to trust the process.
Yes.
I trust the process.
Yeah.
It was like, I can't explain that feeling. It was like the 6-year-old Belkisa sits in front of the birthday cake. So this was the feeling, these images in my head, I will never forget that. To trust the process, of course, don't get me wrong. You need to work hard for your business, for your career, for your goals.
Yeah.
But you need to trust God. He's the best planner of all the planners. So he has already written what is meant to be yours. So I work hard. I do everything to achieve my goals. But I trust the process. I trust him.
Yes.
And everything is going to be perfect.
Yes, I remember that voice message.
Yeah.
And I want to go back to what happened before, because that was the moment in the workshop. So you had the moment where you figured out, okay, you know what, I became a man. You joined the program, the garden mentoring program. And then tell us about the workshop. Tell everyone what happened.
Yeah.
I still remember it. Like it was yesterday.
And I tried to look again this workshop, but I can't.
You couldn't.
I couldn't. It's
very emotional. I
Yeah,
think
it
at
was.
least 5 women started crying
Yeah.
with you on the call. But give everyone a background. What happened?
I was sitting in this workshop, and like always, we are celebrating the success of all the participants. So they're talking about, I get 20K followers more, and I have this views, and that happened. OnlyFans. And Belkisa sat in front of the laptop and thought about, okay, I'm working night and day, posting 3 reels a day, doing everything of the garden mentoring, and nothing, really nothing is happening. And I was sitting there and quite so far away to quit everything. I think it was one of the biggest I'm done moments in my life.
Wow.
Yeah, I was sitting there and raised my hands.
Yes.
And then you said, Belkisa, what do you want to say? I just started to cry and say,
Yeah.
hey, Sina, I can't anymore. I can't do this anymore. It's not meant to be mine. I don't know if you can remember that.
I do remember. What I remember is you kept apologizing for crying.
Yeah.
And I said,
yeah.
it's okay.
Yeah.
It's totally okay. And like, I'm starting to tear up again because it's so normal as well when you're in that masculine energy that you want to suppress your feelings.
Yeah.
So I felt that a lot, that pain.
Yeah, I was 20 years in the industry, and they told me always, you don't have to put down your feelings, don't show emotions, you have to be professional, do not ever cry. So this is the biggest mistake you can do as a woman, especially. So it was, first of all, it was horrible for me to cry in front of all of you.
Yeah.
So I thought, where is my professionality going? Where is it? I lost it. I lost my femininity, my So it was like, okay, I'm losing myself right now.
Yeah.
And this is the part why it's a big I'm done moment for me.
Yeah.
I was literally in front of the ruins of my life. Everything I was until that workshop was gone, was lying in front of my feet. And I don't know how to pick these pieces again.
What was lying? What was ruined? What did you feel like was not
Myself, my vision, my art to be, my behavior, my thinking, my moving, my personality, everything, my mindset.
Yeah.
Everything was lying in front of my feet and I can't grab it anymore. I couldn't. And I need to focus right now because I'm so far away to cry again. So it was heartbreaking.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's jump forward 2 weeks later.
Yeah.
What happened?
So I locked myself up in my room and I quit everything. I quit Instagram, I quit LinkedIn, I turned off my phone and said to me, okay, you just need to get to find yourself. Where are you? And the biggest lesson for me then was to work on my why. Mm-hmm. And it was kind of surprising for me that I was more than 35 years on this world and never asked me the question, what is my reason for human being? So, of course, I thought about that.
Yeah.
I had like nightmares. I'm standing in front of God and he asked me, what is your trace? What is your legacy?
Yeah.
Do you want to leave behind? And I was always crying and said, I don't know.
Yes.
And then I woke up in the middle of the night and just crying.
Yeah.
And my mom is Wohnung?
Apartment? It's okay. I'll translate for you. Thank you. Just 2 Germans learning English with each other.
My mom's apartment is 3 meters away from my house. Mm-hmm. And I ran to her and said, Mom, I'm dreaming of God. And he asked me what I'm supposed to leave behind. So what is my reason for being? And she told me, girl, are you sleeping enough? Are you going crazy? What is happening with you? Yeah. So build a school or something like that. It's your passion. And I sit down, I think, okay, I need to figure that out. So I have my past, I have my whole life is in front of ruins in front of me. Yeah. So let's face it. And then I started to think about my vision again, about my future and my reason for human being. Yeah. And I found it. And I think we have 2 very important days in our lives. The first day is our birthday, and the second day when we discovered our why. And I will never forget that moment. I was in my office and I said to me, Belkisa, you're gonna rebuild Gaza again. You're gonna build schools and mosques and hospitals full of light and beauty and hope. And I am saving a lot of money monthly of my business to make this dream come true. And inshallah, it will be.
Inshallah. I love that.
Yeah.
Wow, so much happened. And I remember, so first of all, for everyone who doesn't understand what she means with I'm done moments,
Yeah.
because we have our own language inside the mentoring program. These I'm done moments, and the why is, of course, is the first module in the program for a reason, right? And the I'm done moments are really, what are the moments where you said, I'm done, I can't do this anymore, I need to change something. And a lot of women have their I'm done moments before they join the program. And you were so special, you had it in the program, literally the first workshop you joined, you're like having that moment. And it's such an important and powerful moment, because then you know what you want to leave behind, you know. And sometimes it is that moment where everything feels like it's ruined and it's laying there broken, and you need to pick it up again. And those are the moments that you can retell and also can monetize, right? Where you see, this is what I went through, this is how I got out of it, now I can help other people do the same.
Yeah.
So just for everyone's background, those I'm done moments.
And I can remember you said a lot of times, so trust the process and trust the journey, or the person you will be after this journey. And it was for me like a sentence in a calendar, you know, so Kalenderspruch.
Yeah.
So I
Like a
can't
quote.
relate to it. So I heard it, but it was okay.
It's like one of these inspirational quotes you see, but they don't really get into your heart.
But then I had this I'm done moment, and I thought about that, and it was quite that, the journey to yourself.
Yeah.
Because when you don't know who you are, how can you help other women or people in your business? So I think this is what we are supposed to, or we need to go through, this kind of crushes in our life.
Yes.
Like new orientation, and it's hard and painful and full of emotions, but it need to be.
Yes.
Thank you for that.
You're welcome. I am so proud of you that you went through that and you trusted the process, because, you know, a lot of people come into a program and they just expect everything to work out in the first second.
Yeah.
And then the journey is really understanding that you are the process. You are the goal we're going for. And
it's
then
mind-blowing.
Build around that. We can make you become known and get you paid. So for everyone to know, just in terms of business setup, we know now your kind of 9-to-5 history. Tell us a bit more about your business, and how much did you make 2 weeks after the workshop? What were the opportunities that came to you?
Yeah, I had a lot of speaking gigs. So I'm booked as a keynote speaker, and I love it. I love it. Because the working online is so great, and I'm really grateful for these opportunities. But to see like so many specious and great women in personality, in presence, it's no better way for me. And when I'm standing as a keynote speaker and talking about my past and my vision, and to transform the women into legacy ladies, to get their own why, to think about their legacy, what they want to leave behind. This is I'm living a dream.
Yeah.
I don't know how to describe it. It's like a rush. You know what I mean?
Yes, yeah.
I'm living that life I'm always dreamt about.
I love that for you. Because I remember when we talked after the workshop, you said, I want to do keynote speaking. And then a week later, I think I got the message from you.
Yeah.
Giving me the update.
Yeah, it was like the first client came, the first woman, and she told me she's a huge fan of mine, and she never commented or never liked any reel of mine. So I had no clue.
Yes.
And she reached out and said, okay, I need your coaching. Can we talk? And I was sitting in front of my laptop and said, yes, of course we can. And I was jumping in my house like a 3-year-old kid. So you cannot imagine my celebrating. Yes, it was crazy. And
that was how many days after the workshop?
I think 10 days. I don't know.
Wow.
And I called Victoria, I had my first client. And Victoria, what? It's amazing. I will call Sina immediately. And then it makes some, how can I explain it? It was mind-blowing.
Yes. Yeah.
And then I had 2 speaking gigs, and so on and so on and so on. More women reached out to me. I recognized also, and that's a very important part for me, that Instagram wasn't my platform.
Yes.
So I was chasing for views on Instagram. Looking at my videos, so maximum 1,000 views, and I was crying.
Yes. So I remember when we were on the call, and I was like, why are you on Instagram?
Yeah, you said it to me. Belkisa, why are you on Instagram? I don't know.
Because everyone is.
Yeah. And then you asked me the question, what's with with LinkedIn, and we go to LinkedIn. We'll never forget that. And then we saw I have videos, the same reels that with views on Instagram like 600, and on LinkedIn was 500,000 views, and I don't even recognize it.
Yes.
Because I was so focused on Instagram.
Yes.
And then you told me, Belkisa, you have to leave Instagram. LinkedIn is your platform. And it is.
Yes.
All my clients came from LinkedIn, and it's great.
So how much did you make in a month from your clients?
It depends, but I'm in the average of 10Ks per month.
That's an average?
Yeah.
Wow, that's amazing.
Yeah.
I'm so excited for you.
I'm happy. Thank you.
It's so nice to have you, honestly.
Thank you.
And I think this is something to remember. If we have a lot of different learnings from today, everyone, I hope you write down only the things that you want to have.
Yeah.
10K months, and we're talking euros, right?
Yeah.
Amazing. So 10K months, keynote speaking gigs. But I think on a deeper level, it's getting to know yourself.
Yeah.
It's also understanding where are your clients, because we're talking about chasing clients the whole time and chasing views and chasing engagement. And you were looking at a totally different platform.
Yeah.
And I think everyone who, when I looked at your profile and I talked to you a little bit on the call as well, I understood that Instagram wasn't your thing because you have a industry background. You have this strong leadership background in corporation, which is a great place.
Yeah.
Like if you're even looking at your clients, you need to understand where are your clients, because if you want to attract your clients, you need to be where they are, right? And all your clients are women who want to grow their career, and they are on LinkedIn.
Yeah,
They
exactly.
are in that place, so you gotta be in that place. What I love as well is just to see your change from, you remember the first couple of videos, even what you were wearing, towards like who you are now. I don't think you were, in the first videos, you were wearing red lipstick and wearing pink.
No, it was kind of, I remember you said to me, oh, Belkisa, when I'm talking to you one-on-one, you're much softer than the way you are in a video. And I was thinking about that and didn't know, what do you mean? What shall I be supposed to be? So I don't know how to behave anymore. Yeah. This is one of these I'm done moments I go through. And now if you're checking my videos now, it's much feminine, much more feminine, much more. And I love these retro styles. So the 50s, the 40s, the 30s.
Yes.
So I found my style, but it takes time.
Of course.
So this is what we have to remember, that it takes time. You cannot stand up and walk. If you are a mom, you know what I mean. It takes time to learn walking.
Do you remember what I said on the workshop to you?
Yeah, you said exactly that. Yeah.
I asked you, and I think that's so important for everyone. We give so much time for, like, we study for 5 years. We even go to school for 12 years. We study for 5 years, and we are in a corporation for 10 years before we even expect to be near the leadership level. But as soon as we say, I want to have my own business and I'm going to go out and put myself out there, I'm going to post on Instagram, LinkedIn, whatever your platform is. After 2 months, we're like, nothing is happening.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Yeah. Yeah.
But you didn't give yourself even a fraction of the time. And I feel a lot of times that has to do with like believing in that dream that you have.
Mm-hmm.
How much do you believe in that?
1,000%.
No.
It's my vision.
Yes.
I need to rebuild Gaza. So this is the reason I'm living.
Yeah.
So it will work, and it works because it's my mindset.
Did you write it down?
Yeah, of course. This is a big part of your garden mentoring program, the mindset, the believing in yourself. And it's not just a phrase or a sentence.
Yes.
It needs to be here in your heart to touch you, and then it will work.
Tell us, what have been the biggest lessons that you learned from the mentoring?
Trust the process. Trust yourself. Work, but the result isn't in your hand.
Why did you think that you got here and didn't go to a viral guru or some other program or place? Why did you think this was the right fit for you?
Everything in life happens with a reason. And I do not know why I'm here, but I appreciate it. And I'm thankful and grateful for that. And I know that this is a part of trusting. And it needs to be happen.
Yes.
And who am I to question that? I need to recognize it, to be grateful, to do what's in my, how can I say it, to do my part of it, and then let it go.
Yes. What would you tell to another woman that is maybe on a similar path right now? Something that she can avoid doing and something that she can do in order to save some time.
Avoiding to compare with others. Comparison is like war with yourself and others, and it tears you apart in pieces.
Yes.
And you need to focus on yourself, to know who you want to be.
Yes.
So don't compare at all. So this is, you need to avoid this. What you need to focus on is to trust, to do your best.
Yeah.
And to figure your own way out. So, and leave your enough time to do it, to learn it, to implement it.
Tell us one specific strategy that you learned in the garden mentoring that you apply and it always works, or something that's really like the needle mover, something practical someone can do.
It's a good question. I love that why scheme, this schema.
How do you say schema? The wise strategy, the blueprint.
The blueprint.
Yes. Thank you.
I love that. If I have some I'm done moments, so I write it down and then think about that. What can I learn from that? So most of the time we're praying to God to, please, can we close this chapter, begin a new one?
Yes.
But if you don't understand the learning of this chapter, you cannot begin a new one. So I write it down and think about that. What can I learn from that? What can I make different in future?
Yes.
And then I figure out a sort like of strategy for me. This was one of the biggest learnings for me too.
That's also how you created your offer, right?
Yeah.
What is it that I went through? What did I learn from it? How can I make a strategy of what I learned and how I got out of it? And how can I sell this to someone that needs the exact same strategy?
Yeah, honestly, everyone can go to ChatGPT and ask a question. So this art of human being, this kind of personality, is that what separates you of AI, right?
Yes, of course.
So this is the kind of trust building you need for your audience.
And it's also an authority.
Yeah.
Understanding that you went through this and came out of it. I want to learn from you because maybe I'm at the exact same spot. I know this sounds like interesting, but if you would understand the power it has, there's only 1% of women watching this right now who are going to apply this.
1%.
But
think about that.
But the one that are, they're going to be successful. So. Okay, I want to go and just at the end, how is your life different after the mentoring? How has it been before? You said you were working 24/7, you were always in your masculine chasing. How has it shifted? How is it now?
I found myself again. And you know, if I'm
laying down
in my bed.
Yes,
oh my God.
Lying in my bed.
Lying.
I think you can say both.
Both?
People know what you mean. Okay.
You can feel what I think, right? So I'm much more confident and peaceful. And this is, you can't pay any amount of money for that. So I'm in my bed and I know that everything happens with a reason.
Yeah.
So when I have some great opportunities, I have this mindset like, when it's meant to be mine, it will be. If not, it's okay.
Yes.
Another door will open.
Yes.
And this kind of mindset is like a blessing. You're not worrying. If you're earlier, I was in my bed and kind of, oh God, have I forgot something? I need to do that. I need to do this. I have a piece of paper every night.
With your to-dos?
Yeah, with my to-dos. And I woke up in the night and just, I need to remember that and write it down.
Wow.
So I was in stress all the time, every second of my life.
Yes.
And now I know it will be what it's meant to be mine.
Yeah.
And if not, it's totally fine for me. And this is a kind of peace in my heart. It's unbezahlbar.
Yes. It's, how do you say that?
You can't buy this feeling with no money of this world.
Yeah.
It's like peace in your heart.
Yes. Priceless. There you go.
Yeah, it's priceless.
Okay, so tell us a little bit about the specifics. 10K a month. How many clients is that at the moment?
4 or 5.
Beautiful. And how's your day-to-day looking in terms of how much do you work actually on that?
Oh, I have quite long days because I have 2 little kids.
Yes.
So I start every morning early at 6 a.m. So I need
3 and 6 years old, right?
Yeah, yeah. They go to kindergarten. Thank God. Then I can work.
Yes.
I have time to be mom and I have time to be a career woman.
Yeah.
And they come home, we sit together, we eat together, we play together.
Yeah.
And I can always reach out to my mails and have some phone calls, but I am always with my family. I build my business around my home and my family. And this is also priceless, especially for us women.
Of course.
I don't need to go to my job 9 to 5.
Oh, now you're going to make me cry because you're literally describing my why. This is why I created this, so that women like you could say that I have a business around my home and I'm with my kids.
Yeah, and this is a blessing. This is something, Sina, we talked, I don't know, in February
Yes.
to each other. And my whole life is changing. It's changed.
Yeah.
It's changing.
Still changing.
It's crazy. Thank you for that.
You're welcome. And we have so much more that we want to get to. What's the next level that you want to look at?
I will build a legacy lady circle, a community with ladies who know what's female empowerment, not to blame men or others.
Yes.
But to take their own legacy in their hands and build a legacy to leave what they want to leave behind, what of kind of traces they want to leave behind, and that they can support each other, that they can walk each other, and to have kind of this kind of female empowerment, because we need more female role models in our lives.
Yes.
Especially in that times with that wars and politics and all that stuff. We need more role models.
Yes.
Feminine role models.
Yeah.
This is the next step.
Why did you know that the feminine way to business and the feminine business model is always going to be better than the masculine? Did you learn that over time through the program? Did you have a feeling about that already?
Yeah, because I can remember one video of you. So you told something like, are you still wondering why these to-dos and checklists and starting at 5 a.m. and hustling all the day isn't working for you? And I was sitting like, oh yeah, what I'm doing wrong.
That's me.
That's me. So if you understand that women and men are not the same, we have different hormone cycle, we have different ways to behavior, we have different ways to communicate. You remember I wrote a diary 10 years.
Yes.
So I wrote it down and I understand it right now in fully, so 200%.
Yes.
We are not the same as men. And the world outside, all the businesses and industries are built on men's cycles, 24/7 hours.
Yes, the 9 to 5.
The 9 to 5. And that's not the way we are working, we are functioning.
Yes.
And therefore, we need to build our own industry. We need to build our own legacy, our own way of feminine business.
Yes.
And to attract other women to be role models.
Yes.
And to start sharing. You know, I think we need to learn that from kindergarten or school times. Not when you're 30, 40 years old.
Exactly.
Okay, it's never too late.
Yeah.
I'm really grateful for that. But it's much easier to live when you have this kind of knowledge in the earlier life.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Yes.
So we have a lot to do.
Yeah. Okay, I need to invite you to the next workshop to share your story, because I think a lot of women are not going to remember you. That was Belkisa that I cried with on the workshop. And now she's the success story, making 10K a month.
Great. I will do that.
I love that. Thank you so much for coming. And I want to write down the next goal for you. What's the next income goal for you for the next year?
Oh, for the next year, 20Ks, 25Ks.
Nice.
I want to move to Dubai, so I will do that, inshallah.
Let's write down 25K Dubai, and we'll see each other next year, inshallah. We'll have a follow-up podcast.
Yeah, we will.
When you're officially living here with your 2 kids. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thanks for being here.
You're such a great role model. We need more of you in the world.
You're already coming up.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, Belkisa. And if you loved this episode, make sure that you like and subscribe. Share in the comments below what has been the biggest lesson from this whole conversation with Belkisa. And share this with a friend who also wants to build a feminine business. And I'll see you next time. Salam.